Moments ago, former President Donald Trump told voters in Savannah, Georgia, of his plans for incentives to bring foreign companies to the United States. It's all a part of his economic plan that he continues to unveil. Let's listen.
But we're here today to talk about how we're going to launch a historic buildup of American manufacturing muscle and might. This is not a rally, although it feels like a rally. It's really a little event with my 5,000 or 6,000 closest friends in the whole world. But Georgia and Savannah are going to be right in the center of the action. We're going to rebuild our manufacturing, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen fast and beautifully. For years, Americans have watched as our country was stripped of jobs and wealth, and our companies were sold off to foreign countries. You've been watching, and it's been a horror show. I've been watching for many years, and we had it stemmed. And then all of a sudden, bad things happened. Bad things happened. But boy, I'll tell you, we had it stemmed. If we would have had 4 more years, everything, this would be such a different country right now. We would have had no inflation. You wouldn't have Russia attacking Ukraine. You wouldn't have had October 7th with Israel. The Middle East is blowing up. We could be very close to World War III with these characters that don't have any idea what they're doing. But what a shame. In Afghanistan, what a disaster. That was the most embarrassing day in the history of our country, I believe. But GE appliances were sold to the Chinese. IBM computers were again sold to China. Under Kamala Harris, U.S. Steel is now being sold to Japan. I will stop it. We got to do fast. We got to work fast, but we're not going to let it happen. We're not going to let U.S. Steel. 70 years ago, the greatest company on earth, U.S. Steel. Now it's going to be sold off like it was nothing. We're not going to let that happen. We'll build it up. We'll make it strong, but we're not going to let that happen. But with the vision I'm outlining today, not only will we stop our businesses from leaving for foreign lands, but under my leadership, we're going to take other countries' jobs. Did you ever hear that expression before? Have you ever heard that we're going to take other countries' jobs? It's never been stated before. We're going to take their factories, and we had it really rocking 4 years ago. We're going to bring thousands and thousands of businesses and trillions of dollars in wealth back to the good old USA. That's what we're going to be doing it, and doing it fast. And under my plan, American workers will no longer be worried about losing your jobs to foreign nations. Instead, foreign nations will be worried about losing their jobs to America. Going to bring them back. And it won't even be difficult. Your only worry will be deciding which job to take. There will be plenty of them. That will be your biggest problem. Darling, which company should I go with? We're going to bring them back, and we're going to bring them back at levels not to be believed, but you'll believe it in about 2 years from now. You're going to say, wow, that happened fast. You're going to have so many companies wanting to come in because this is where the money is. It won't be if we keep running it like we have for the last 4 years. But this is what they want. This is what they want, and you'll hear the plan. I want German car companies to become American car companies. I want them to build their plants here. I want to beat China in electronics production, and we'll be able to do that easily. We have the greatest genius, the greatest minds here, and then we end up building them in different places. A lot of that's really stupid tax policy. I want GE, IBM, and every other manufacturer that left us to be filled with regret and come sprinting back to our shores, and they will. So as your president, here is the deal that I will be offering to every major company and manufacturer on earth. I will give you the lowest taxes, the lowest energy costs, the lowest regulatory burden, and free access to the best and biggest market on the planet, but only if you make your product here in America. It all goes away if you don't make your product here, and hire American workers for the job. If you don't make your product here, then you will have to pay a tariff, a very substantial tariff, when you send your product into the United States. And by the way, for years they knocked the word tariff properly used, is a beautiful word. One of the most beautiful words I've ever heard. It's music to my ears. A lot of bad people didn't like that word, but now they're finding out I was right. And we will take in hundreds of billions of dollars into our treasury and use that money to benefit the American citizens. And it will not cause inflation, by the way. And
you are listening in to former President Donald Trump, now candidate Trump, speaking at an event in Savannah, Georgia. He says this is not a rally. It's just 5,000 of my closest friends here. Let's bring in CBS News campaign reporter Taurean Small. He's live on the stream on a Tuesday. All right, so former President Taurean talked a lot about what he plans to do. Other than mentioning tariffs, he doesn't really say the how-to component of this. What else does he have to say?
Yeah, I think really that's the biggest takeaway that Trump wants to communicate to his supporters is that under another administration, under another Trump term, the goal here is to get foreign companies to produce their products domestically in the United States. The incentive there is this, and we saw it on the signage at this rally or event that he's calling it, it's not really a rally, that he wants to cut or slash the corporate tax rate from the current 21% to 15%. And again, the real caveat is for products produced domestically here in the United States, Reed.
And of course, Kamala Harris and her campaign hitting back and saying that just passes the costs along to people who have to buy the steel and make products here in the United States. So we're starting to see some differentiation there. Trump is also set to return to the side of that first assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania. What more do we know about that?
Well, this would, again, be the first time that Trump returns back to Butler. This, of course, after that assassination attempt. And since that has happened, we've seen an increase in security protocol around these outdoor events. It's likely that Trump, as we've seen before, will have a bulletproof glass surrounding at the podium. We've also seen an increase in Secret Service agents to his detail. So it's likely that he will still or would look to return to this place as a show of force since that assassination attempt and since a second planned assassination attempt on the former president's life. But also, we've also know that he has felt some of the brunt or has been reeling since that at an event in September. He said that he was still experiencing giddiness when it comes to these public events. One person, it appeared, tried to rush the stage. He said that he jumped at that, Reed. So he's still dealing with this, but this, in his mind, is a way to show resilience.
All right, Taurean Small, thank you from our center in Washington, D.C. Thank you very much.